Minecraft is an absolutely massive game with a lot of features. This has a lot to do with the constant updating the game receives. With all the updates, some features are getting forgotten by the community. This is either because it was useless in the first place, or because it got replaced by something better. I made a list of 15 features that are forgotten by the majority of the Minecraft community. Let's start. Starting off with number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Oops, wrong one. Smelting equipment. Smelting armor and tools can give you iron or gold nuggets. Smelting iron or chain equipment gives you 1 iron nugget, and gold equipment gives you 1 gold nugget. I've never used this feature because it's just not worth it. You put an entire chestplate that costs 8 iron to receive 1 iron nugget. Moving on to the 14th spot. The Nitwit. Nitwits lack everything normal villagers have, and that's trading. Oh, they don't really serve any purpose other than just wandering around. A fun fact about the Nitwit is that they have different sleep schedules from normal villagers. They go to bed later and wake up later. This is probably to amplify that they're useless members to society. In 13th spot, we have Phantom Membrane. Phantom Membrane's only real use is to repair your elytra. But as soon as you have an elytra, you'll probably have mending already. So therefore, there's no real reason to use it other than making slow falling potions. But be honest, have you ever made a potion of slow falling? Next up in 12 are golden tools. Although golden tools are the fastest in the game, I never go out of my way to craft them. That's simply because I don't like my sword breaking after my first hit. Gold can be used in far better ways than crafting tools, like trading with piglins, for example. Number 11. Compass. Compass always points to the world spawn, which sounds like a good feature to navigate in your world, until you realize you can press F3 and know exactly where you are. The only way compasses get used is to create maps. Number 10 is the poisonous potato. The only reason this item isn't higher on the list is because this item is made to be forgotten. That's because this item was designed to be useless. It can't be put into a composter, and it can apply poison while you eat it. It has no other purpose than to be a troll item. So therefore, it has its role in the game. It just doesn't get used a lot. A fun fact about the poisonous potato is that it restores more hunger bars than normal potatoes. Poisonous potatoes restore 2 hunger, and a normal potato only restores 1 hunger. At number 9, we have the Pufferfish. Pufferfish are passive mobs that inflate when you come close to it. They deal damage and give poison. The only use this mob has is brewing water breathing potions. But since conduits are relatively easy to make, you're not really gonna use this potion anyway. The only reason you would use a Pufferfish is to complete the advancement A Balanced Diet. Coming in at 8th place is Crying Obsidian. In 1.16, Crying Obsidian got added to the game. It can be found in rune portals and bastions. The only time you remember they exist is when you attempt to build a nether portal with Crying Obsidian, just to find out a nether portal can't be built with them. What makes the block special is that you can make respawn anchors with them, but personally, I don't see anyone using this feature. Jungle and swamp villagers take the 7th spot. It's not uncommon for players to have never encountered these villagers. That is because the biomes these villagers spawn in don't contain villages. So the only way you can see these villagers is if you breed the villagers yourself in a jungle or swamp. It's a shame because they have really cool designs, especially the swamp villager. Number 6. Woodland Mansion. The Woodland Mansion is a giant structure that has always disappointed me. The loot in the chest is mediocre at best, and the only reason you would come here is because of the illagers. And this used to be useful because the Woodland Mansion was the only place to obtain totems. But since 1.14, the Village and Pillage update, they made it easier to obtain totems through raids, and therefore Woodland Mansions have become irrelevant. Next up in 5th is rabbits. Nobody uses anything the rabbit drops. The rabbit's food, rabbit hide, and raw rabbit are not worth killing a mob with an impossibly small hitbox for. Because be honest, you've only used Potion of Leaping once in a creative just to never touch it again. It's a shame they never implemented the bundle into the game, which was made of rabbit hide and string, because it would have given rabbits a really good use. Moving on to the 4th spot, the Furnace Minecart. This item has a really cool feature that makes it possible to fuel it with coal or charcoal. This makes it drive itself for a short while. The only problem is that it's really slow. And since powered rails are also in the game, nobody uses this item. 3. Repairing tools with an anvil. Repairing items in an anvil used to be a very useful feature. It was the way you kept your best gear from breaking. But in 1.9, Mojang decided to basically kill this feature by the addition of mending. Mending made it easier to repair your items, and therefore this feature was slowly forgotten. In 2nd, we have desert wells. Desert wells are the most useless structure in the game. I used to think there was loot hidden underneath them, which was never the case. This changed in 1.20 though, where suspicious sand was added to the structure, but suspicious sand couldn't save the structure. Structure is so irrelevant that even Mojang forgot about it. It's the only structure that you can't use the /locate command for. And finally, taking the first spot is the Ocelot. The Ocelot has literally no use in the game anymore. It used to be the only way to obtain cats in the game, but when the Village and Pillage update brought cats to the villages, it was easier to get cats. They also made Ocelots untamable, so they were basically useless since they have no drops. At one point, they even forgot to give him a 4th leg. So for one update, the Ocelot had 3 legs. And that was the list. Although having features that nobody uses in a game seems bad, it also gives it a sort of niche feeling if the player actually uses one of these features. The advancement system makes a player use a lot of these features to complete all the advancements, which when achievement hunting gives you an entirely new experience to the game. A game as big as Minecraft doesn't need every feature to be important, so therefore I don't think a lot of these features actually need to be changed. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.